Investing in solar panels is a pretty big decision. One Houston family called KPRC to investigate because shortly after their mother signed a solar contract, she died.
And the solar panel company told them the 25-year payment plan would not die with her. Investigative reporter Amy Davis is here with what she's learned about your rights with these contracts. Amy, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So solar is big business. We checked, and some 56,000 homes in the greater Houston area are powered, at least partially now, by solar panels. And while you may have thought about the cost and the savings on your electric bill, you might not have considered who may be burdened with your decision if you die.
This is our mom here.
Single mother Diane McGee worked hard to raise her two sons, Desmond and Daryl.
Our mother was loved. She was very kind. She always kept to herself.
Daryl lived here with his mother and remembers the day two solar salesmen knocked on the door last fall.
I was on the way to work and I just wanted to say something, but my mom would just give me that look like, I got this, you go worry about, going to work.
Diane did decide to install solar panels on her modest home on the far southwest side near Willow Ridge High School. Sunrun put them up in February. Just a few months later in June, she died.
It was definitely unexpected.
After the grief of losing their mom, her adult children turned to financial matters. Daryl assumed the mortgage of the home they shared and could take over the monthly payments. But he couldn't pay the monthly solar payment that by the end of the 25-year agreement would cost just under $53,000. Desmond called Sunrun.
I gave them a call to let them know that our mother passed away and wanted to end the contract.
But he says a Sunrun representative told him it's not that easy. Even though Diane McGee had died, Sunrun said they either had to continue the payments or transfer the contract to someone else.
If you sell this house, you don't have any place to live.
Exactly, and then it's like that's they don't care about that.
I feel almost as if they are targeting low income and elderly people who are of this age. Why would you sign up someone who is 65 years old at the time to a 25-year agreement?
Sunrun is the same California company we told you about in June that sold 82-year-old Bernard Mosley and his 75-year-old wife Tassa solar panels that would have cost them $67,000 by the end of their 25-year agreement. A door-to-door sales rep told them the panels would be paid for by the government.
First thing I thought was, oh my God, they're sending us these bills. What happens if we don't pay these bills? Will they be able to take our home?
Sunrun removed the Mosley's panels and canceled their contract when we contacted them. But we had the same question. What would happen if Desmond and Daryl just didn't pay?
On this contract, if you don't pay, their remedy is to take back the panels.
We asked attorney John Ross Trevino of Lone Star Legal Aid to review McGee's contract with Sunrun. Right here, he showed us that it explicitly states the solar system will not be subject to any lien connected to your home, and neither Sunrun nor our installation partners will apply a lien to your title to your home. Instead, Sunrun has a lien on the solar panels, which they own.
They only have a lien on the solar panels. And so their remedy in this kind of instance is to take back the solar panels because they can no longer sue, the dead individual.
Take back the solar panels. Exactly what Desmond and Daryl wanted Sunrun to do. After we contacted the company, it sent the McGees a cancellation agreement. They'll cancel the contract and remove the panels.
This can't continue to be the practice of Sunrun. Like we have to do better for the community.
Now, we asked Sunrun by email to explain why its employees told the McGees the contract could not be canceled, but the company did not explain. We can tell you that typically creditors cannot go after relatives for unsecured debt. If you owe money on a mortgage, they can take the house, that's secured, or they could take your car for an unpaid car loan. Since McGee wasn't married, she didn't have a spouse who would be obligated to pay off the panels. Now, if she did, that would be a different story. They could just say, well, the spouse now assumes all of her debt in Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of times families just don't know this information. They don't
exactly.
know that.
Right. And you're just thinking it's threatened and we could lose the house.
Right. All right, Amy, thank you so much.